for me and my teacher Gohan.
Hey. We return to the broken, deserted landscape of West City. Trunks has come home, a new man, forged by the past, stronger, wiser, and finally confident of who he is. But before saving this broken world, he seeks out the one person who's always been there from the start for him, his mother Bulma. It's been a long journey for our time-traveling hero. He begins to recount the stories of the past, meeting the legendary Goku, fighting alongside Earth's greatest heroes, and spending a year inside another dimension with the father he never truly knew yet always chased to become. This DLC takes great care to resolve the threads left open in the Cell Saga, and you can feel that care in the dialogue, the pacing, and the emotional weight behind every exchange. We even return to a familiar moment, the final days inside the Room of Spirit and Time. Previously, I talked about how we fight Vegeta against Trunks and how the philosophy bleeds into gameplay. Trunks struggled not because his body was weak, but because his heart carried a different will. He fought to survive, never to conquer or become better. Vegeta fought to dominate, never to endure, to always be number one. Trunks knew what it meant to be human, but not what it meant to be a Saiyan. Now this time, this gap is bridged. As their time together draws to a close, Trunks wonders if he should leave the chamber. Since Vegeta has already surpassed the Super Saiyan barrier, his fate still lies in Goku and Gohan, but Vegeta refuses. Not until he is strong enough to defeat Cell to prove that Goku isn't beyond his reach. And here, the truth of the Saiyan heart, the one lesson Trunks never understood, begins to take shape. For Vegeta, every rival, every defeat, every obstacle is a stepping stone. To him, there's no finish line. You don't set a limit, you aim higher, always. For the first time, Trunks begins to understand that pride, there's no arrogance but purpose. Since childhood, he's only known survival, he's only known retreat, but his father left him something greater, a reason to believe he could be more than what the world forced him to be.
You've got it a bit wrong. What I want is simply to be number one. Kakarot just happens to be an obstacle between me and my rightful place at the top. And what's worse is that he's a Saiyan like me. Trunks, as a proud Saiyan yourself, you should never set limits on the power you can attain. You should always strive to be the best. But know this, as long as I'm around, you're going to have fierce competition.
Bulma listens in awe as Trunks tells her the story. For years she saw Vegeta as cold and distant, but in the end this memory proves that she was right. He was a good man, a proud one, but one who loved his family in his own way. This moment doesn't last long though. A radio transmission cuts through the air and the androids have begun another assault. But it's time now. Trunks' journey has led to this, and this time he's more than enough. Androids 17 and 18 tear through another city until Trunks arrives. Standing in their path, a part of him wishes they were like the ones from the past, but these ones are nothing like them. The first phase of the battle begins, and 18 charges, but the difference is staggering. The last time Trunks faced them, he couldn't even scratch their armor. Now a single special attack takes away nearly half her life bar. But before she falls, 17 jumps in, denying reality, insisting Trunks' power is only due to her sloppiness, but the truth is undeniable. Trunks can see their movements, he reads every strike, the power gap is too great. Unlike Gohan's final stand, Trunks isn't desperate. He stands composed and focused, he's unstoppable. The androids in battle grow erratic, their calm cruelty replaced by a panic movement. In just a few precise blows, the future is finally saved.
That was for the friends of mine you killed. And this is for Gohan!
You know you can't win. You can't destroy what I really am. Even if you manage to kill this body, someone even stronger would surface and take my place. Not one death will go unaccounted for. Not one!
You're finished!
Gohan entrusted the entire world to this boy, and through his long, grueling journey, Trunks finally brought the promise to life. What we see in this ending is a culmination of future rewritten, Gohan's wish and will fulfilled. Now, this moment was never given the space it deserved in the manga or the anime. It's a couple scenes, if that, a couple seconds in the show, but here, Kakarot does it better than I've ever seen it before. As 17 lies broken on the ground, the scene mirrors Gohan's own fall. In those final seconds, 17 looks up and all he could see is a reflection of the warrior they thought they killed. The spirit of the one-armed lone warrior burning bright through his student. Trunks' final stand against the androids is not glorious, it's not elegant, it's a massive reckoning, a brutal, necessary act of justice, but beneath that rage is reverence. Every strike, every blast carries the weight of his mentor's sacrifice. He refused to let Gohan's dream die with him. Well, in that victory, Trunks becomes more than the survivor that he's been his entire life. He's now a savior. His triumph wasn't forged in the pride, but in purpose, to honor the one who believed in him when he didn't. And for the first time in this broken future, that silence feels peaceful. Years pass, cities are rebuilt, humanity begins to rise again, and then just when Trunks prepares to return to the past to tell him the androids are gone, the world is finally free, familiar evil resurfaces, one that Trunks has been waiting for. Cybernetically engineered biocryptid Cell. But this isn't the same battle. Trunks has seen this story before, and this time he's ready. Cell Diddy Combs emerges from the shadows, unaware of how strong his prey has become. Trunks doesn't hesitate and he sends Cell crashing into a plains nearby, and then the fight begins. It's everything I wished for the first time around. A battle that shows why Cell was terrifying. He uses every stolen technique in his arsenal, the Kamehameha, the Spirit Bomb, the Special Beam Cannon. It's an echo of all Earth's heroes turned against him. But in this timeline, Trunks is beyond them all now. The student has surpassed the sum of their strength, and in one final blinding surge of energy, one of the most powerful blasts ever rendered for this move, Trunks erases Cell from existence. The time loop is broken, the Red Ribbon legacy ends here.
What? No, you give me no choice. This move should be familiar. Me. What? Get out of my f***ing timeline! Damn you! It's over. That's the final loose end. Thanks, everyone.
In the aftermath, Trunks gathers the remnants of Earth's warriors standing among the ruins to turn guardian of his world. He tells them it's over, that peace, the dream Gohan died for, is finally real. Peace in Dragon Ball is never eternal. In an undisclosed amount of time, Trunks is greeted by two divine figures in West City one day, the Supreme Kai and his loyal attendant Kibito. They come bearing a warning. An ancient evil sealed away for eons stirs once more. Majin Buu. A being so destructive, his very awakening could unmake the universe. The Kai seek Trunks, the lone protector of this timeline, to help him stop the dark warlock Babidi from freeing Majin Buu. Taking him to the sacred world of the Kai, where Trunks dons the Kai garb, a new look, a new chapter, and a new weight on his shoulders. Here, like Gohan in the main timeline, Trunks is tasked with pulling the legendary Z-Sword from its stone prison, drawing upon his Super Saiyan power to do it. A wonderful callback. Poetic in symmetry that the pupil of this future Gohan walked in a mirrored path to the main timeline.
It's no use. Several Supreme Kais before you have tried and failed to remove it. There's no chance you could ever succeed. No!
After some time to get used to the sword, the Supreme Kai wants to test Trunks' mettle, and it's here when he realizes that he's nothing like the boy. He's much weaker, so is Kibito. They don't have anyone that can actually test Trunks' strength to help him improve and get stronger. There is no Goku here, no Vegeta, no rival to test him. So the Supreme Kai creates one, a vision born from Trunks' heart. Using divine magic and image training, they conjure the greatest warrior Trunks has ever known, Gohan, as he appeared during the Cell games in the past timeline. The master and student meet once again. Their clash is breathtaking, a duel of respect, and through it Trunks ascends once more, his energy rising beyond his past limits. And when the battle ends, the Kai asks who was this mysterious warrior, and Trunks answers,
In this world, he was my master. But in another world, he was the one who saved Earth. Unfortunately, the Gohan in this world has long since passed away. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't be here, and our world would still be in turmoil. I want to be strong like him. In fact, I need to be even stronger than he was.
Days later, Trunks receives his final trial to test his Z-Sword's edge against Kachin, the hardest metal in the universe, but before he can complete the task, Babidi strikes on Earth. Yakan and Pui Pui descend upon a nearby settlement to harvest energy, and Trunks rushes in with the Supreme Kai to test his strength. His strength so immense the battle ends before it even begins, but right before they die, they laugh at Trunks and let them know that Babidi should have enough energy now to awaken the Majin. Trunks finally confronts the Demon King Dabura. This battle is fierce. Babidi acts as an assist to Dabura that fuels his attacks, forcing Trunks and the Kai to fight together, and taking time away from fighting Dabura to deal damage to Babidi so you can go back and land more attacks on him. It's a nice style of fighting, something that feels like a more powered up assist bot, but Dabura's magic proves treacherous. He spits upon the Z-Sword, turning it to stone, and within seconds from then, Kibito is obliterated in an instant. Babidi's dark magic tightens around the Kai's throat, and then for Trunks, everything starts to flee. The world freezes. Gohan's face flashes before him, the memories, the sacrifice, the promise, everything he's fought for, everything he's built begins to crumble. The Supreme Kai tells him that he's this last hope. He remembers what Gohan said, flame that he left behind. Trunks explodes into a Super Saiyan 2, a transformation born not just from that anger, but from love and from duty for this planet.
The next savior. If anyone's gonna bring peace, it's you. You're our last hope.
I've had enough of you two.
Trunks, side by side with the last of the Supreme Kai's strength, unleashes one final colossal blast, wiping out Dabura and Babidi, saving the universe at the cost of the gods themselves. Kai used up the last bit of energy that he had in him, and he entrusted everything in this boy, just like Gohan. Supreme Kais are gone, but their fate, like Gohan, lives in Trunks. This ending is achingly bittersweet. Trunks has spent his entire life fighting, and for the first time we walked every step besides him, from the child who watched his world die to the warrior who rebuilt it. From the student who lost his master to the hero who saved the cosmos. This DLC feels like a love letter to Trunks, to Gohan, to the broken timeline that always deserved closure. And as the world rebuilds, as life returns to the skies and streets once consumed by ruin, we finally see what Trunks fought for, a future worth living in. There's something profoundly human about his story. He was born into a world that already ended, grew up in ruins, clinging to the hope that one day things could be different. Under Gohan's guidance, he learned strength. Through his loss, he learned resolve, and through time itself, he learned what it meant to live, not just to survive. Every step of his journey carried the echo of someone else's sacrifice, his mother's fate, his father's pride, his master's love. They each become a part of him, guiding his hand long after they were gone. Trunks' path was not like his father's. He never wanted to surpass anyone. It wasn't about being the strongest or the last. It was about carrying on, being strong enough for the people, about making sure the stories meant something, keeping hope alive in a world that had none. After the first time, after a lifetime of battles of sacrifice and silence, the boy who once wept beneath the dying sky finally gets to look up and see the world that was worth protecting.
Hope's last defender remains ever vigilant.
So long.